it's very difficult. You cannot come with that degree and just go straight to work. There's some things you have to do before you start doing that. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Millie, and if you're my returning subscriber, hey, I really appreciate you guys. And guys, like my videos and follow me. It helps my channel very much. I have my little iPad here so I don't forget everything. And in today's video, we are talking about the 10 most asked questions about being a nurse in Denmark. People are always asking me questions. I make videos about this topic, and I don't think people watch these videos and they still come ask questions I already talked about in these videos. And even after this video, people are still going to be coming and asking the same questions. Guys, sometimes I'm not answering because I cannot keep on answering the same questions again and again when I'm putting effort into these videos. Go watch these videos because sometimes I even leave links in these kind of videos. All right, without further ado, let's get into the video. Yes, number one question people are always asking, do you have to speak Danish in order to work like a nurse in Denmark? Yes, 110 times I've said that already. You have to speak Danish. Just like I think in German, you have to speak German. I mean, if you go to England, you have to speak English. If you go to India, I guess you also have to speak Indian. I don't know. But here in Denmark, people speak Danish. You cannot work as a nurse if you don't speak Danish. You have to speak Danish. So you cannot go around that. You cannot go and think you're going to work speaking English. No. Some doctors, I think, like if you are a neurosurgeon and they're really desperate, I think some of those they can come and work in English. But you are just like nurse. Yes, nurse assistant, you have to speak English. All right. Question number 2: how much do nurses in Denmark earn? Yes, it's very different. Because you're a new nurse, I'm not going to put on these numbers, but the salary ranges from 17,000 to like even 50,000. It depends, but like as a new nurse, I think you'll be earning maybe around 22, something like that. Yes, and when you're working in the hospital, there has to go like 8 years before you go to the next level. And I think after that level, you never like go up further. You just have to do different things, take different courses, this and that. But when you're working in the commune as a community nurse, after 4 years, they put your salary up. So it's for salary wise, it's better to work in the community. But if you're like a diabetes nurse or a wound nurse, it depends. You have to take courses in order to earn more money. If you're just a nurse and you stay there and you don't ever take courses, you don't just make yourself better, you will get some raises here and there. Because if you're a nurse working with a medicine nurse or you're a surgeon nurse and this and that, it depends. There's no one exactly one same price nurses earn. It depends, but there is an average of how much they earn, and you can go and ask Google that instead of me sitting here and talking about that. Another thing, like when it also comes to nursing, like for example, we apart from what we are earning, we get free uniform. I notice, I think in the US, some people, they say they buy their own uniform, and I know like in Africa, sometimes people have to buy their own things to use. Here we get our own. We have uniform. You just show up at work and you go and get some uniform. Some places like where I work right now in the commune, in the rehabilitating center, I have my own uniform with my name on. But like in the hospital, when I was working in the hospital, you just go and we have a depot. We have a place where you can go, find your right size and take maybe 6 different pairs, wear those, go throw them for washing and whatever. So, and we have free lunch, for example. We have a lot of benefits. Free lunch, we have paid lunch. We don't have to pay that for ourselves. And some places it's free parking, and some hospitals you have to park. So it depends also which hospital you are in. But generally, we all almost have the same benefits. Yes, the education. I think we're on number 4. The education is a bachelor. It's a bachelor degrees you get, and then from there, if you want to study furthermore, when you can be working with research and things like that. Yes, can I use my nursing degree from other countries? If you're from European countries, you can do that, and maybe America and Canada, I think. But from Africa, it's very difficult. You cannot come with that degree and just go straight to work. There's some things you have to do before you start doing that. I think I've made a video about that. I'm not talking about that. But no, if you're coming from Africa, you cannot just use your, I don't know if your bachelor directly. You cannot just come with your bachelor and then go directly. And okay, you cannot come with your bachelor and think like I'm coming from Africa, for example, Uganda, with my bachelor degrees in nursing. I'm just going to learn the language and become a nurse. No, you cannot do that. There are some steps, and I'm going to talk about that. And I also have a video about that already on my channel. But like if you're a nurse and you have a bachelor's degrees in Denmark, like I have a bachelor's degree in Denmark, I can actually use that in other countries without a problem. It's another question. Can I study nursing in English? Are there universities? Are there education places, places where you can study nursing in English? No. Nursing in Denmark is taught in Danish. Okay? Yeah. I don't know how it is in other countries. Like I think in German and all that is the same thing. You study all the books, everything is in Danish. So cheers to all my Africans and other people from other countries who have studied nursing in Danish. It's not easy, but if you put your heart to it, you can do it. Yes. And then, okay, there's the question, how do I become a nurse from, for example, Africa? They have, I think, made it kind of easier. I'm not going to go through this whole because it's a long process. I've already made a video about this. First of all, you have your nursing education wherever you are in Africa. Then you submit your documents to the Danish Patient Safety Authority. The Danish Patient Safety Authority. You submit your documents, the ones you have, your education or whatever. After you have done that, and then there is a green light for you, then you can learn the Danish and pass the exam. You have to learn the Danish and pass the exam. I don't know how long it takes, how much it costs and all that. Then after, if you have passed the education, the Danish, then you have to go through the supervised employment period in Denmark. You have to go to hospital, and then you have to be supervised, and they have to see if you can actually work as a nurse. And then after that, you can secure your permanent authorization and find a job. After these 4 steps, then you can secure your permanent authorization. I think I've made a video about that, and I think I'll leave a link with this whole thing if you want to do that. I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I already made a video about that. Number 8, is nursing easy in Denmark as a foreigner? Yes and no. Like I said, it's easy because we have access to everything, you know. Like in Africa, I think they have maybe problems with a lot of things, having access to a lot of things. If your patients are having pain, all these things, we have access to all these things, gloves, everything we need. We have access, the highest technology, we have access to all these things. But I think, and the people, mostly people are nice. The colleagues are nice. Most people here in Denmark, they're nice. The nurses, the doctors are really, really nice. If you know your things, if you know your stuff, if you have studied and you're a good nurse and you know your thing, no problem. You will not meet any problem. But it can be stressful with the language, because I mean you have been here many years in order to perfect the language. So with the language, it can be, I think, difficult for you in the beginning. And I think these days people are so demanding. You know, the loved ones are so demanding. People are so demanding in the hospitals. People, they can read their journals. I don't know. I think in Africa, if it's that possible, and other countries, here in Denmark, the people you're treating, the patient can go in and read their journal, see what you wrote and all this and this and that, you know. They can go see what medicine you're giving them and this and that. And so in that way, it can be difficult because people are like really, really asking questions, and this making it so difficult. And the other thing I was going to say, at least like in Denmark, we are not prosecuted for making mistakes. Like in USA, I've seen different nurses who have been prosecuted for making mistakes. They have given the wrong medicine and this and that. But here in Denmark, we are not being prosecuted. If you make a mistake, it's a mistake. You're not going to be prosecuted and put in prison. So in that way, it's very, very easy. But it can also be hard. Like you can be places, especially in the community nurse, you can find people who are like, I don't know, they're racist, but trying to hide it, you know. So you're going to feel it. Maybe they're giving you all the bad work, and maybe the people don't want to talk to you. But it's very rare. And if you experience this, you report it to your boss. You know, don't go around being quiet. Go report it. Go talk to somebody. You know, if you're a member of, I don't know what's called in English, a fagforening, we call it in Danish. I'll put the word up here. go report to that. You have to be a member of that, because it really helps if you get problems at work. But in general, I think it's very easy to be a nurse in Denmark, and people are nice. My patients have been loving me when I was working in the hospital, and I have good colleagues. Yeah. Number 9 is it easy to find a job? Absolutely. It's very easy to find a job. Quit today, tomorrow you have a job. I think just like in many other countries in the world, it's very easy to find a job. I think, at least here in Europe, the demand is high. And I think that puts me to my last question. Does Denmark have a lack of nurses? Yes, Denmark is just like many countries, Denmark has high demand for nurses. Like they're saying, in Denmark, women are not producing more, and we're not making more babies, but we are treating the older generation. People are getting older and older, I don't know, people are getting older and older, but we are treating already. People are 90 and we're still treating them for everything, So we have more older people, but you're not producing more children. So when we get older, there won't be enough people to take care of us. So yes, Denmark is in high demand for nurses, and if you want to become a nurse, go follow those tapes. I'll leave a link and do your best. But don't, guys, there's Google. Sometimes, guys, you ask me questions which you could be getting from Google. I also have to find some of these answers from Google, because I'm working as a nurse, but I'm not out there like every day finding out what is going on in the nursing world. So if you want questions, go ask Google, guys. I hope you like the video. I hope it helps. Leave a comment, like my video, guys. You come and watch my videos and don't even leave me a like, and then you come and DM me in my Instagram. Ask the questions here, because your question might help another person. All right, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Mwah. Bye.